Alright, so it's been 6 years since I started watching anime more, and during those years, I had a little romance phase where I was watching a bunch of anime in the romance genre. So in this video, I recalled many of the romance anime I've watched and realized two things while doing so. One is that I watched a lot of romance anime, so much so that I come to realize that I may have risk on a negative level. And two, I might be a man of culture myself. This list is not going to be in any order whatsoever. My brain can only process one memory from like a day or two ago in chronological order. So let's start on a more family-friendly note, just to be safe. Kaguya-sama Love is War. If you want a rom-com that is both wholesome and ridiculous, look no further than Kaguya-sama Love is War. This show is about a girl named Kaguya Shinomiya and a guy named Miyuki Shirogane, two students that are admired by all in the school, as Kaguya is the vice president of the student council who is smart and dignified, and Shirogane is the president of the student council who is smart and studious. Everyone in the school sees them as the perfect couple, but here's the thing, in this anime, love ain't a game, it is war. Both Kaguya and Shirogane try their best to fool one another to see who can confess their love first, but both of them can't fool each other that easily into a confession. So each episode is like a little war between the two to make each other see who can confess their love first, and each battle is more funnier than the last. I had a pretty fun time watching this show, mostly because I was watching this in the English dub, since the narrator of this show is narrating like a funny commentary reaction YouTuber.
Maybe we can check it out together. See what Kitahai's been up to.
Oh my gosh! It's happening! Everybody, it's happening! Oh, what's she gonna say?
Our festival committee has it under control, so there's no need for that.
Oh, come on!
Out of all the characters, I find Chika Fujiwara funny and goofy. Probably because she's a goofy rapper. I mean, just listen to this.
What the hell's going on, yo? Can you explain it to me? Him or don't, bro? Not sure what wanna see? Do I let it go? Got my heart pounding fast like doki 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 doki. What are you even talking about, Fujiwara?
This is one of the shows where you come back time and time again just to enjoy it, and I did. And I would highly recommend anyone who hasn't given this anime a try to go and watch it. It's so good, man. But yeah, I don't think I need to say that much about Kaguya-sama Love is War. I mean, the anime speaks for itself. Alright, that was good. Let's keep this family-friendly trend here. We can't be demonetized right here. High School DxD. Yeah, I bet some of you guys knew that this was going to be in this video. So High School DxD is about a guy named Issei Hyodo who became a devil under the household of Rias Gremory. This story started after Issei was by a fallen angel he was dating, who wanted to kill Issei before he gets a chance to awaken the Red Dragon Emperor's powers, which would pose as a major threat to the fallen angel faction. How they got that power? I don't know. So Brody almost got tapped out of existence, then was revived as a devil. Rias recruits him into the occult research club, which is incognito mode for basis of operation for the Rias household. And a lot of events happen after that. Devil households fight each other in a battle with chess mechanics, but with magic. Issei fighting against the same fallen angels that wanted him dead to save a girl named Asia, not Asia, Asia. Then Issei fights against Riser to save Rias from a terrible marriage that nobody really likes, and a whole lot more. Sounds like a great story, right? Yeah, just one tiny problem that you might need to know. This anime is not for people under 16 or 18, mainly because of the nudity and fan service. So my best advice, if you want to watch this show, watch it on your phone, in your room, at night, lights off, in your bed, with the sheets covered, headphones connected. Double check a million times to make sure it's safely connected, wired and wireless. And watch this alone and do none of the things I have mentioned. Your parents are gonna disown you faster than Trump saying tariffs. And that's pretty fast. I watched this when I was 17, and despite the fan service, which I wasn't complaining about anyways, the story was pretty good. This anime deserves a realm of its own. I mean, you have a perverted main character who wants to be a harem king, and he also has badass powers as well. The character development is interesting in my opinion, and Issei's devotion to Rias is strong, so much so that they actually ended up kissing multiple times. It left a pretty good impression, and I'd always find myself coming back and watching it for a lot of reasons that I do not want to share. It's none of your beeswax. Okay, now I promise this next one's gonna be a little bit more family friendly to love Rue. This series is about a boy named Rito Yuki who meets a girl named Lala, as in La La Land, Rito was thinking about asking Haruna out since homeboy got a crush on her. But before he was able to do so, a freaking spacecraft crashes in front of him. Bro, that could have killed you. So on that night, he was in his bath wondering why he's got no riz. And then out of nowhere, Lala appeared in the same bathroom completely butt naked, with Rito accidentally grasping a pair of heavenly principles. Turns out Lala is a princess of an alien planet called Deviluk, and she's pretty much a runaway princess and was chased by her family guards who wanted to bring her back, but they ended up failing. And now she is staying with Rito and his sister Mikan. Now apparently the incident that occurred between Rito and Lala in the bathroom I mentioned, Rito unironically proposed to Lala. I'm not even kidding. So now Rito is living with an alien princess on Earth as her fiance. Bro, am I good? You know, when I first watched this series, I was wondering what the hell I was watching too. To sum up all 4 seasons, season 1 is Lala trying to adjust her new life with some freaky aliens coming to marry her and a few shenanigans. Season 2 is exploring different girls around Rito and their lives with more shenanigans. And season 3 and 4, which are the darkness seasons, explores a girl named Yami, aka Darkness, a space assassin, along with her sister, who's also a space assassin, and one of Lala's twin sisters, Momo, apparently helping Rito to create a harem project. The hell does that mean? Now, one thing I still can't get out of my head is how much of a freaking clumsy goof Rito is. You know Tamaki and her lucky cut me some slack, I don't remember the thing that she has? That's what Rito has, except he's not the one who's getting naked. Instead, he trips over plain air, balance is apparently AWOL, laws of physics are non-existent, and lands in very awkward positions with a girl. Like, dude, how do you do that? Reflecting back on the story was meh. It's not gonna impress you one bit. It's one of those shows where you might find it trash, but you'll still eat it up. Honestly, it's pretty ridiculous. Oh yeah, and there's also fan service as well, just like High School DxD. And I guess the one thing I can say that is pretty decent might be the romance. I mean, Rito is mainly in love with Haruna after she gave him the benefit of the doubts back at middle school for the messed up school garden, which Rito did not do. But Rito doesn't want to break Lala's heart, so he's stuck in a very difficult predicament. There were times where he got close to confessing to Haruna, but it did not work. Would I recommend this show? Not really. Like I said, it ain't gonna impress you, but it's up to you if you want to watch it or not. Okay, I promise this one is gonna be good, okay? Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah, that pretty much sums up my thoughts on this series. Okay, this next one is Masamune Kuno Revenge. Just like the title suggests, this anime is about a guy named Masamune who aims to get close to his childhood friend named Aki. Aki rejected Masamune back when he was a chubby little dude and nicknamed him Pig's Foot. So you can imagine he was sad. So bro hopped on the treadmill, got into his winter arc, started dieting, and fast forward to present time, he's slim, handsome, and all the girls are sliding into his DMs. However, he's more interested in Aki. He wants Aki to become his girlfriend, only for him to reject her as a form of revenge. But he realizes that it's not that simple, and Aki's classmate and servant Yoshino helps Masamune out, and for some silly little secret, she knows about Masamune's nickname. Wait, is that his mom? So, a few shenanigans happen here and there. A girl who likes Masamune and for some reason went commando one time. Okay. Then you also have another chubby who Aki mistaken to be Masamune's childhood friend. Now, here's the thing that you need to know. Masamune completely changed everything about him. His name, his appearance, so Aki doesn't recognize him at all. When I was watching this anime, Masamune Kuno Revenge R was about to release, so it was great timing. I watched the second season and I loved it. And in this same season, there were bombshells that I did not predict. But you guys are gonna have to find that out. I'm not gonna spoil this show for anyone who hasn't watched it. So go watch it. You're going to like it, I promise you. Okay, next up we got is School Days. I swear, if I had to watch this terrible show one more time, if you are fortunate enough to not watch this series, God bless you. I had to watch this show for my video about love triangles, and this show instantly reminded me why I'm a freaking idiot. I'm not about to repeat my reasons why this anime was a big massive waste of time, so I'll let my past self yourself say it. Fuck this show, man. I did not have fun watching this. This anime released in 2007 with mediocre animation, which honestly makes things even worse. That could have been my first red flag, but hey, I shouldn't judge an anime based on its animation. All the characters in this show have got to be the most psychopathic, annoying, retarded motherfuckers in the history of anime. And the romance is just straight up dog shit. Yeah, I'm never watching this show again. I'd rather watch the Kardashians throwing back than this. Okay, maybe that's a bad example, but you get the point. Don't waste your time on this. Go watch something else. Go watch something better, like paint dry. I do it, and it's way more entertaining. Plus, I lost a lot of money betting on how fast paint dries to my homies. Probably that was the worst decision of my life, but hey, there are some things you have to do in life. Okay, this next one is Trinity 7. So Arata has been living with his cousin and childhood friend Hijiri. One day, Arata lost Hijiri in a phenomenon called the breakdown phenomenon, a destructive magical phenomenon that destroys everything in its vicinity. However, in present day, where the series starts, you see not only Arata and Hijiri are fine, but the town they lived in is also fine too, except for the massive black sun that's in the sky. So a girl named Lilith came to investigate the ruins of this small town. Turns out Hijiri gave one of her grimoires to Arata, and Arata wished for things to go back the way it was. So the grimoire created an artificial world over these ruins, but the breakdown phenomenon itself is still there. Arata eventually is reminded of the events that occurred when he lost his cousin, and now aims to become the most powerful mage to save Hijiri. Lilith brings him back to this magical academy where he meets the Trinity 7, which are 7 of the strongest mages in the school, with Lilith being one of the members. The Trinity 7 is basically like the 7 deadly sins, not the anime, the sins from Christianity. Lilith represents lust, just in case anybody hasn't guessed that. Now, one thing that you need to know is that apparently Arata himself is a demon lord candidate, which means he has the potential of becoming a demon lord. I guess that was a lot more obvious than I thought, huh? In order for him to do so, he has to learn more about the Trinity 7 and their magic while learning about his. I came back multiple times to watch this anime even after I finished it. It's pretty decent, mostly because the one thing that got me coming back is how absurdly similar Arata is to Issei. This man is not afraid to admit his preferences about girls, as well as his fantasies. So that might be the reason why I keep coming back. The fight scenes are meh, the romance is decent, the comedy is okay. It's one of those shows where if you watch it, chances are you might enjoy it. Do I recommend it? It depends. Okay, so this last one is my favorite and I just love it a lot. Date A Live. Now, I left this show for last because Date A Live sits in a very special place in my heart for how much I enjoyed it. This is not only one of my 10 favorite anime, but it's one of the first few anime I've actually watched. So Date A Live follows the story of a high schooler named Shido Itsuka who meets a spirit called Princess, but later named Toka Yatogami by Shido himself. Shido finds out from his adopted sister Kotori, who is a commander of an airship called Fraxinus managed by the Ratatoskr that aim to mitigate spatial quakes by sealing spirits. By the way, spirits are beings from another dimension that cause spatial quakes when they pop into the real world, and spatial quakes are earthquakes but spatial. Spatial quakes are a phenomenon caused by these spirits manifesting into the real world. They have the same effect as the breakdown phenomenon like in Trinity 7, but without the black sun. Shido met Toka in the center of the quake. Somehow, Brody managed to stay alive. Then Toka gets jumped by a bunch of girls in mecha suits called the AST, who are tasked at dealing with spirits. Shido is recruited into the Ratatoskr by his sister Kotori, who trains Shido into sealing spirit powers. Now, the way he has to do it is that he has to date these spirits and seduce them into a kiss. Sounds good, right? One small problem. The clothes the spirits are wearing are tied to their powers, and once Shido kisses them, not only the powers are sealed, but the clothes disappear as well, leaving them completely naked in front of Shido. Yeah, I might have a problem. Shido meets more girls who have spirit powers that also try to fight for his attention after sealing them, and also finds a new op called the DEM, ran by a guy called Westcock, who tries to capture spirits and use their powers for his own gain. This anime is responsible for birthing one well-known yandere you guys may have heard, Kurumi Tokisaki. She is by far the most difficult spirit to seal. Because of this girl, Shido got PTSD from Kurumi killing a bunch of dudes. She also tried to kill Shido's friends and can willingly cause a spatial quake. Oh, you thought I was done? She can also manipulate time using her angel Zafkiel, and she can also use this said power to create create a military-sized army of clones that also share her powers. You know, I kind of find my type. Nah, hey, listen. Give me a second to explain myself, okay? She is crazy, I will give her that. But here's the thing, I like crazy, and she's one of them. She can help me assert my dominance, especially since I have a wallpaper of her on my phone and my laptop. I love this show so much, and to see this series end on a happy note is just absolute cinema. From Shido as the main character, the girls in the wholesome moments, and as well as the openings, they're great. Now you might think I'm glazing this anime, and you goddamn right I am. You can tell there is emotional struggle in these characters, especially between Shido and Toka. Toka at first gets so emotional whenever Shido's with another girl or is afraid of disappointing Shido. When I say she's a ticking time bomb, I mean it very much. The same goes for every single spirit here. Now I 100% recommend this show. It might not be your cup of tea, but you won't know unless you give it a try. And if it's still not your cup of tea, I don't know. Apparently there are also games of Data Live, which if it's possible, I might actually give them a try. Alright, that's all that I have. I have more romance anime I can still talk about, but this video is already long enough. I'll also be watching some of the new series that came out in the romance genre, and if you guys have any other recommendations that you want me to watch and talk about next time, let me know. And if you want that next video to come by, this video is gonna have to pass 30 likes for the next installment. Y'all think I'm going to expose my terrible taste again? Nah, it's not for free, bro. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I deeply appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video whenever that is. Catch you guys later.